Get that thing started. So Leah, stick with me. You two start, like, I guess, walking around and kind of seeing what we get. But come on over. Let me show you how that Ouija board thing actually works.
For cold sensors near people.
So most people actually have an outline of the cold sensors. Most of us should have like a black outline. So it could be near a person. Just you should also escalate those numbers. You know, have a multiple numbers. So you can use baseline, where you see 3, 6, 5. Your baseline is 6, 5. Anything below that is you have to go right back down to 3 again.
I'm getting a human body right over there. Like a very prominent one. Right there. You see the head, the arms, the body, the legs? Right there. Right by the telephone pole. Right by the car. I don't know if that means anything, but that's a very obvious human. I don't know if it's the telephone pole or the car that I'm pointing it at, but I've got a
Further explain. Go ahead and keep that recording so everybody can get the explanation.
body.
It's the meter right in front of that car. And you're filming a car.
Damn it!
So let me give you the explanation of what I look for.
It was
So
cool.
when you find something on there, and when I find something in a spot check, I take a screenshot of it and then I lighten the picture to make sure there's no parking meters, a pole.
Because I saw I was
tree.
getting shadows of like
Shadows will
fingers
pick
on
up as
here, and
well.
I was like, no, that's not anything. It's a shadow.
Okay. I almost see the word equipment.
How do you
Oh,
do you
that's a G.
clear? Do you clear any of the letters that have already?
She's going to clear it out now because
Oh.
there's nothing in there. Again, if you don't see it, I'm not going to see it either. There you
What
go.
did I do? Oh, that was it? Oh.
Yep, that's it.
So in hot spots where there's cars and electrical poles and obviously humans and shadows, it's not going to show anything.
And I'm going to lighten it up to see what's behind it, to see if it picked up the frame of a car or a parking meter, a tree branch.
Because it literally looked like a freaking person. But I mean, I guess.
But again, what it's looking for is depth perception.
Right.
So if it's in the shape of a torso plus a head, it looks like a person to us and not a stick with a meter on top of it.
Okay.
So
Got it.
we get excited because we're doing a ghost hunt. We
I was
do a
like,
lot
I
of
don't think
debunking.
that they would stay in one spot. So
It would look like
it would move though,
the things that I
right?
have found on there, like I've gotten interactions from it. You know, like, hey, can you raise your right arm? You know, just to see if I can.
Oh my
actually-
god, I can tell it that.
It's not an it, it's a
Ask
them.
them
They were
that.
people just like you. And that's the whole point of this, is showing you, like, this is not a scary thing. It's about the history. If you don't know the history, you ain't got shit. It's just that simple.
Okay.
So again, when I say respect, it's the same thing of, like, I don't call my dogs it's. Like, they're not it's, they're family members. They have names. So again,
So can I call it like, hey babe, can you raise your right arm?
use
And it'll be like,
terms they would
Be
understand.
respectful. These are people from years ago.
Yeah, you got to
They
think
don't
of the
know what babe
language that you're
means.
using
To
too.
them in a
Madame.
respectful
Madame.
way.
But don't use, like, hey, can you come in front of my camera? Eliza has no idea what a camera is.
Got it.
Like, I can see you on this box I'm holding. She understands box and she understands see you. I made it very simple. Think the simplest terms possible. When you come at her with that, hey babe, look at this, that's disrespectful. That's the kind of stuff that provokes, and that's when we get the nasty stuff coming through. So,
Okay.
I know this is supposed to be fun and you want to have fun with it. And again, this is just one of those spaces where we have to tiptoe a bit and we have to know the language of the 1700s a little bit and just keep
I
it
don't
simple.
understand those languages, but
Well,
I
not
want to
necessarily-
know.
Simple terms.
The simplest term possible.
Okay.
Like, again, she doesn't know what devices are. She doesn't know what these spirit boxes are. We just explained to them, like, hey, I can hear you through the little box I'm holding. It has a red light. You know, those kind of things. Very basic. Other places, I'll say poke the bear. Go for it. Not this one. this one is too close to home for me. Like, I love this space, and I love coming here. I want to keep coming here.
Has anybody else gotten anything?
I don't know yet. I haven't bounced around with everybody. I want to check up with Tiffany and Virginia, and then I'll probably rein everybody back in to see what we got going on, because these guys are unpacking, might get a little uncomfortable with all of us crazy
There's
YouTubers.
just a lot of like cars that I don't think I'm gonna get anything from.
Always be respectful with this.
Well, it helps to know what's disrespectful and what's not, because I don't know.
People.
1700s.
People that lived here before they had a home. It's no longer.
But that's also just no questions. Even when you're asking them in your own head, like, how do you question yourself? Like, could you do that and still get the answer? I'm going to catch those all night long to see. It's always about those yes no questions. What do you have now?
Some of these
Yeah, I still got nothing. I don't see any initials in there that would make any sense to me whatsoever. Yeah, I would go ahead and clear it. Let me rein everybody in so I can talk to Karen and Ken and see what they got going on with theirs, and then we're going to kind of reveal the answers. What number? 47. I'm going to write it down.
I can't remember if you said anything.
I didn't. And again, I'm going to withhold information all night long. How was the camera?
Not catching anything outside of the heat of people.
Or cars, or light posts.
Yeah.
With
Me neither.
these two specific cameras, I don't always follow up with you in real time because those screens are small. I send those videos to YouTube so you can watch them however you want. TV, computer, tablet, phone, whatever. I watch them on a large computer screen so that way I can see everything, and also I mute it so I don't hear what Ken's saying about me. So that way I can focus on the visuals. So I hate to say it like the two of you are kind of spectators, but you're kind of spectators. The slower the movement, the easier it's going to be for me to find something when I'm going through things. Any other words that showed up on your word list, Joanne?
Weed right now.
Weed? That's a garden
It does
term too,
smell
isn't it?
like weed
Yeah,
a
it
little
is.
bit.
Candle, contrast, and banking.
That's word history.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she needs to be.
Oh.
That's all the words that have been showing up.
Alright, so for those of you with cameras, if you want to give them a break, by all means, go ahead and stop them. So we're going to kind of touch on the history here. I don't want to make these guys unpacking or coming down, or I kind of always keep an eye on both ways. So if I say people are going to be cutting through, I'll say, let's split the seas, and that way you guys know cameras, go down. Did we hear or see anything along the way with communication devices?
Just when I came in here,
What'd you get?
autumn and November.
That works. That makes sense. Anybody else get anything? Any words coming up on there?
A lot of them.
I want to see the last 3 or 4. Pretty vague. Karen, get anything on yours? All right, so welcome to Philadelphia Alley. This location used to be called Dueler's Alley. First off, let me explain why it's called Philadelphia Alley now. So again, it was called Dueler's Alley, and after dueling became illegal and stupid, they had to rename it, and they named it after a city that helped us out of one of the many, many fires that we've had. Philadelphia gave us a bunch of money, therefore we pay tribute to them with this particular alley. So that's why it's called Philadelphia Alley now. So no direct relation to Eliza being buried up in Philly. Dueling. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. Every ghost tour comes down here and they all tell the same story. I'm going to tell it to you a little bit differently because you're going to get a little bit more detail from me because you're ghost hunting. I want you to also keep in mind this is not a space where we're going to be able to spread out because so many other places come down here and we can only move so far into the alley itself. I'll explain more. But what I expect out of this place is hopefully that we're going to hear or see a few things while we're here, but we do get a lot of bleed over at the next location, which is directly behind me. So we do get a lot of bleed over from this space over there. However, to understand the duel, you have to be in the alley to be able to fully get it. So here's how it goes. Normally, I don't normally have to cough in front of a story, but we're going to do it anyway. With that said, a doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. He comes down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you with Spirit Box, earbuds, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it is not coincidence. That is part of his name, and we're going to take it. But anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. So Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not after Amanda's money. So as he comes down into town, the coachman that brought him in set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay in Charleston, but somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen, somebody that lived here for a while. He knew the coachman and knew that he was going to try to kill him. That gentleman's name was Ralph Isaacs. I stopped there because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from, which is the exact reason why I bought the Ouija board. The letters RI were showing up on regular spirit boxes prior to me getting that device, and we've even had RI show up consecutively in this location, I want to say at least 2 or 3 times at this point since I've had it. So again, RI still shows up on spirit boxes. It's the weirdest thing. Like, you wouldn't expect the DJ to say RI, but I get it all the time. It's so weird. I don't know what it means on the radio, but I get it here. Anyway, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can stay there, rent a room, and you'll be safe. Doctor took him up on the offer, and the gentleman became friends. The longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. He's proving his point that he wasn't after Amanda's money. So, Amanda gets wind of this. She's coming down so they can get married, and the doctor becomes known as the whistling doctor because he whistled all the time. This is the 1780s. That's what men did. I will tell you that every haunted city that you're ever going to visit has a cliched whistling ghost. We actually have proof of this one, and I'm going to get to it, and I actually have some myself. But anyway, Ralph and the doctor go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other so they can actually, enjoy it together because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. That's just the way the hierarchy works. They talk about the plays on the way home. They go see Richard III one night from Shakespeare, and they're arguing on the way back over the new actress. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. The argument gets really heated when Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island, and they go their separate ways. Ralph, he figured out already that he lived down here a while and has friends. He finds his friends at the newspaper, places an ad in the newspaper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society, sir, kind of mentality. The doctor saw the ad, rebutted with, let's go to Jeweler's Alley. We're going to settle this. Keep in mind, this all started because of an actress at a play. So they came down, they took their 10 paces, they turned, the doctor pointed his gun in the air, and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. So Ralph has his one shot, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Dr. Ladd didn't die, but he dropped to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later. November 2nd was the date, 1786.
Okay.
So, again, there's your November.
Spilled up.
No. Yeah. The other tours will tell you as you're down here, listen for the whistles. Do you hear how quiet it is right now? This is a Saturday night. There should be a little hustle and bustle coming off of East Bay Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this on a Saturday afternoon in the middle of July, just so you know. It's the weirdest, most uncanny thing. It's also one of the most beautiful places we have here in Charleston. I love this space. But I will tell you, every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every single night. Again, I've been kicked out of here. I don't think I told you guys that yet. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because that's the funny part of the story. And Ken's like, yeah, I want to hear this. I've seen them eyes light up. But there's a reason why we only go down so far. With that being said, let's kind of talk about that. This alley didn't go all the way through. It was cut off about halfway between us and Cumberland Street. That's because this is where they kept the livestock. It was called Cow Alley during those times, obviously before Jeweler's Alley. So the bricks on that end are older than the bricks on that end. That side are sun-dried bricks from slave children, and there's one full handprint from a slave child in one of those bricks at the end, along with a few fingerprint swipes. And I would take people all the way through when I was new at being a tour guide, and unfortunately, it is outside the dining room window of a beautiful mansion at the end of the alley.
Oh.
So I was out of bounds, and I did not realize it. But what I will tell you is that nobody's going to get any activity out of that brick. So November 26th of 2020, my entire group was huddled around. I pushed them along, and the new guy came out screaming. My daughter was on the tour that night. She thought it was great because Dad's getting yelled at. So we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked in retail management for over 20 years, mainly for Walmart. Most of you can feel my pain. I will never work another Thanksgiving in my life. The next day, the 28th, I talked to my partner about what happened. He said, take them down halfway or reroute the group. So I decided to reroute. But what I told my group that night was, I've never had any activity out of this next story. Not to mention, I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. I don't think we're going to get anything, and I don't know much, but we're going to see what happens. Before we left, somebody heard the name Anne on a spirit box. I did not tell that group who we were going to be investigating. which is the famous female pirate Anne Bonny. So I got a little like, all right, we'll see what happens. When we got down there and I told her a little bit I did know about pirates at the time, somebody else heard the number 300. I write it down because I don't know what it means. I do the research the next day. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300-year anniversary of her pirate trial. So I keep taking you guys back there. However, I will tell you that it is a hit or miss location. Unlike the Pinckney Mansion site where I expect a nightly activity, I never know what's going to happen at the Powder Magazine. I'll explain why we go to the Powder Magazine looking for Anne once we get there. Everything we're going to be discussing is based off of pirate lore and a minimum of 2 resources of each sentence that I will tell you at the next piece of history. It is another space where we'll be able to spread out, but we will stay out of the way of the other tours. So again, people like to cut through that space to get to their next location, so don't film them. There may be a few cars inbounds. But again, it is a crazy pirate story, so if you're into pirates like Ken, you're going to love this. He probably already knows the damn story, am I right? You don't know Anne Bonny's story? All right, it's nuts. So again, continue listening in. Again, we don't stay here. We just kind of stir shit up, and then we'll move on. Did you get any numbers before we leave the space?
I got numbers.
What'd you get?
1025.
I'm going to write them down, because you also had November.
Spelled something pronounceable.
What did it spell out
Why don't
for
you
us?
say it?
I mean, I've got
I'm still not seeing any direct words or anything that I would recognize as being relevant. Again, that device, we might get something out of it, but it's a more than likely not. So it's not that I'm, not super interested in it. It's just I know focusing on that, I should be focusing more on the spirit boxes. That's why I said make the determination. If you can't make it out, I'm not going to be able to do it either. So, but you had November and then 1025.
Yeah.
Anybody else get anything weird?
I
Karen,
mean,
you
I
got
got a
something?
couple other things.
Oh, what else
It
you
was
get?
like talking. When you were telling a story about the dueling, it sounded like a man that said that bastard.
We'll take it. I'm
I mean,
not gonna label it,
It was
as
literally
paranormal, but it
no,
is still
but
funny based on where
it was
we're
really
at.
funny because it was right when you were telling that story and how he got shot in the kneecap, and he said that bastard.
Wait, now it spells dump
Oh.
in the middle of it.
I'll write it down just because it spelled something actually legible, like something we can actually make out what it's
What'd you
saying.
get, Mom?
What do you got coming out of yours?
We're
Philosophical
buying my equipment. I got
sacrifice
an
or
email for this new piece of equipment.
Jonathan? Who's Jonathan?
So it's kind of cool to see.
It's interesting. We're gonna. I don't know that you
Gotta
want
add that to your collection.
I'm gonna have to look it up
Interesting.
because I definitely
Can
gotta
I
add
scroll
for
down
that
more,
machine.
or
Which
just-
Oh, is that all of it? Yeah, I've seen the ones that when we came in. So.
Does VIWL mean anything?
No. Yeah, I hear them. We're gonna move along. Those of you with video cameras, if you want to continue recording, just make sure you're not a YouTuber, and we'll move
We're
along.
not YouTubers. We're incognito
We're gonna head up
YouTubers.
this way.
I don't know.
Look what happened to the wall. It should have turned to it. Right, exactly. Sorry, I didn't really get a chance.
I'm kind of following around the spaces and the people.
I say I see those people, and right where they're standing, I would see a green person walking right next to it.
Right.
That's the kind of things I grew up to.
And I'm trying to kind of stay away from the sky. I'm trying to keep it.
And that's just for you guys. Like, I'm rolling with looking at the black novel and working around. Like, I was looking at, like,
What the mistress's name of Duncan's dad? No way. Someone, it just whistled at me. That guy from that other,
Is the alleyway like back there or no?
I don't know, but I think it might be over here. Because he said
That's
you
what
could
I feel like.
bleed through. But literally it sounded like the clip of like the Andy Griffith show and like of that whistling.
Oh
like,
my.
Just the whistling.
Wait, there's a kitty? What? Oh my god. It's coming right to Leah. Aww.
That is your cat now.
Leah, you found a cat. We're taking it home. Aww. Hi, kitty, kitty. Hello. Hi, baby. This is the highlight of the tour.
Hi, baby.
Aww.
Hi. Hello.
Come here. Hello. Kitten. Hi. I want to give you pets too.
Baby. What's your name?
Kitten. We found a cat. Kitten. Come here. I want to touch you. Hello.
He's really soft.
Hi. You probably belong to someone. There ain't no way you're out in the wild like this. This softness.
It's too.
Hello. Hello.
Sweetie.
It went right to Leah.
That's her cat now. Just gotta take it.
Hello.
That's how you get cats.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was explaining
He
earlier.
must be somebody's. He feels too nice.
Yeah, he's got to be somebody's. He doesn't feel like a wild cat. Hello, baby. Hello, kitten. We would be.
gonna kick our ass. We're supposed to be ghosted.
We would be the ones to find a kitty.
God, I hate when they do that. It scares
It's
me.
okay. Yes, it's okay. We playing. We just giving you pets.
Sarah used to do that all the time. She always meant to eat. I don't know if I would eat that. You don't want to get scratched by a strange cat.
No, I don't.
Let's leave him alone. He's tapping his tail.
Hi, honey. He's playing with me like Snow does.
Really, don't get scratched for real.
I'm not gonna get scratched.
We're gonna capture the cat.
Goodbye, honey. Kitten. Kitten. You silly, you're just like my cat.
Not very nice.
He's nice. He was just getting a little cranky when I was petting him. No? You said I'm going somewhere else. Okay.
You don't look like you're stalled.
It's like I'm used to this shit. Everybody comes here every night. But yeah, you're the only one he went straight to. He won't come to anybody else. He just did a meow.
Hey, buddy.
Is there a ghost at the bricks? I don't have anything on my ghost tube. Maybe he's a kitten of a ghost. I'm gonna follow the cat because they have good senses of paranormal.
Probably gonna be like,
Did a little,
He might be giving us some clues.
well, he is at nothing.
Yeah, the bricks. Oh. Are we
just
getting?
spelled you.
it's gonna be like Lily. He just followed the cat the whole time. I did.
So what did you learn on this ghost tour? We found a cat. I'm getting a human by the
Are you sure that's not the cat?
wheelbarrow. Well, cat is over there. This might be because it's metal. I don't know. But we got a person on the wheelbarrow.
I'm gonna go to it to see if it catches anything.
I just heard brown-eyed girl.
I've got a person on a wheelbarrow over here.
Do you?
Well, Leah now is coming over to it. You're taking away my dots. Now it's...
Oh, I saw it.
The plastic
Yeah, it
that
was
gives you
more
false
prominent
confidence.
before.
hiding.
Now it's hiding.
Oh,
It's
yeah, look at
small.
that. Yeah, it's little.
It's not the cat. The cat's over there.
Which you is it referring to?
There's a little figure.
We've got a little figure. I don't know if it's because it's the wheelbarrow.
It's the plastic.
Oh.
What?
What?
It's the plastic.
It's what?
The plastic.
The plastic because it's depth perception.
I
it's
was
all
very
like it's gonna give
excited. I was like, oh my god, I got a kid. But now I have nothing. Ah.
I did. I heard it right over there.
Is that the lyric you heard?
Uh-huh. It said brown-eyed girl. Song.
Nice. Can't make it up. Wish I could.
Well, I got figures over above that church, if that made any...
Keep it on there. Let me take a look.
Well, it was like when I was over there.
Oh, okay. You
when
were
I found the
recording though?
cat. Yeah,
Okay.
found a cat though too.
Yeah.
So
We all found the cat.
Came right up.
kind of got a little distracted.
Any numbers?
No, it's been like mostly just nothing.
Yeah, again, I don't expect a whole lot of numbers in this location, which is why you have two devices. This is actually a replacement item, but they sent me the wrong item. The other one actually had a
What about this? Is this plastic too?
You're picking up the branches.
Oh no!
So do you see how it's
I'm so bad at
Hang on. Do you
this.
see how it's jumbled up like that?
Yes. I don't
It's-
know if they
it's
like to
picking up all
dance.
the points of where it thinks that there's different depths between
Well, look, it looks like a body.
It does look like a body and dancing around for us.
Yeah.
It looks like something doing it.
I mean, I'm still going to take a screenshot to verify, but I'm 99% sure it is the tree
When I
branches.
was over here, I was getting, but it could have been tree branches above the church too. I mean, kitten.
Nice to meet you, Kitty.
Kitten. Goodbye. You're lucky I don't have a cat carrier. You getting anything?
21.6.
Where? I don't know if these benches are giving off figures, but maybe you should be near me so that, look, I'm getting light and figures with that. Maybe near this little monument we'd get something. You alright? What's wrong? Oh my god, I almost tripped over a sprinkler. Hey, look, Leah, rat going across the building. Do you see him right there?
Oh my god!
There he is. Rat baby.
It makes me happy.
We found a rat.
We
A
saw
rat.
running along the edge of that building.
I saw a giant rat running across that whole
It
building.
looked actually kind of small. I thought that was a girl.
One of the pieces that I caught with that camera was a man over here,
Oh, goodness.
leaned up against a tree like he was reading a book. And his legs are up and he's moving around, and it was here for probably, I would say, a good 30 to 40 seconds. So, any readings that you found?
It's like a 21.6.
It's still kind of close to the building, but I wouldn't imagine that it's going to mimic that through those thick walls. But 21.6 is still nothing to sneeze at. So I'm still flabbergasted by those readings she had.
I don't know if it's trees that I'm getting, but
That's why we lighten it up.
okay. There's things falling on me. Anything?
Walk slowly so that you can. Oh, you're holding it.
Got rained on by tree droppings over there. Probably irrelevant, but it happened. No. Don't think so. Over there, I think. Is she over there?